Springvale going from left to right all day, though, wins the tap against Clark, who's really been his nemesis in the meetings between the two. Nice evasion by Morgan. He couldn't get the ball clear that time. Button did. Just the sort of stuff you expect at the start of a cutthroat final, hard tackling. Free kick's gone Springvale's way, so they'll get the first positive possession. And it's going to be Helfand, the wingman. Going towards Clark. Difficult one in the breeze to judge, and takes a fine mark. Simon Clark. Good distance on the kick. Connell pushed off the ball, the Werribee defender. Caples' effort. You'll see it thrown in 5 metres from the boundary behind post. Jason Caples, his marking is hot and cold. It'll be very difficult today for those key forwards that you talked about, Sam.
My word, it's already Rayburn and Denis Knight. Goldberg.
Cullen got the call from McMaster, went over him instead to Richard Geary, who's running through the middle. Rayburn a little bit forward of where the ball is now. It's hammered forward by Peter Williams. Good mark, Donald McDonald. Oh, should have been paid. It's going to be a goal anyway. McMaster. Well, you can say it was advantage played. We'll give the umpire the benefit of the doubt. But Michael McMaster, the mixer, puts the first major on the board for the Bees.
Yes, Peter, well, I have no doubt the mark should have been awarded, but despite that, the Werribee got the goal. That's all that mattered. We can see it here on screen. I thought McDonald had enough ample purchase on that to be awarded the mark, but it wasn't the case, so we get on with the ball, get on with the play, and of course, very effective there, Lamont sneaking the hand pass out to McMaster, who's been very good. He was very good last week and continuing his good form. And see already a couple of matchups, Philip. You spotted there, McPherson and Coop.
Oh, God, they've thrown him at Caples on the forward line, Tim Harrington on the forward line. Sorry, on the back line down there picking up D-HOLLAND, I think.
Morgan volleys it to half forward. Connell underneath it, but Watts to help him out. Goldberg, good handball, another one. Here's Phillips. That's what he's done all final series. Caples getting it to the Wizard. A goal apiece.
He's been brilliant, Phillips, since coming onto the ground that elimination final in the first term. And I forget who was injured that time, but there we see Goldberg has equally been as good in this series. On to Phillips, and Phillips has been a terrific roaming half forward. He just got a commission all across that forward line. He really does play the role extremely well. Uses the ground, runs his opponents ragged. And Watts, who's a very competent defender, has got his hands full here today.
Well, there's light rain falling, strong breeze. It's favouring the left of screen, South Road end. And it is freezing. Ross Booth.
Yes, it is very cool, Peter. And into the breeze goes Geary. High one, dark skies at the back. Strong, too strong.
That was a very good mark, Ross. Really used his strength to back into that pack.
Against a strong man in Paul Smith. So breeze a bit from left to right for Button, aiming for their second goal. 4 minutes into the first quarter of the prelim final. Very versatile is Andrew Button. Play defence or attack. Blouse for the breeze. It brings it back beautifully. Second goal of the ball on the board to the Tigers through Andrew Button.
Yes, well, they're off to a good start. Wherever I'm having trouble catching all the moves because I can't write them on my book because it's covered in rain and the ink's running. But the Bees are off to a good start. Great mark by Button under pressure there. Puts through the goal. You'll notice that the wind is across the ground. So you see this ball goes out to the left and swings back to the right post. That's how the wind will be carrying the football today.
Sutherland that was beaten, not Smith. Apologies to Paul Smith.
So it's 2 goals to 1. No behinds yet. Werribee lead. Free kick for Geary. Peacock caught him illegally. Some close attention being played to Peacock in the background we saw as this is led. That's a beautiful kick. Well, very crowded forward line, but somehow Geary found Jack Aziz. 91 goals for the season. having switched across from Williamstown this year. Confidence builder this if he kicks it. Won't make the distance. Clark clears it well. O'Donnell. That's Kevin O'Donnell, whose brother Gary is playing at the MCG today for Essendon.
Peter Lezapati is collecting Dyson Holland. Tim Harrington has Richard Smith on the back line.
That kick by Aziz was similar to the one last week, a poor kick. Into a bit of a strong breeze. One of his in for a better day though. O'Donnell. Coming through Morgan, the captain. Scarra with sleeves today. Williams for Werribee. Inside 50. Here's McDonald. Got a bit of a push, nothing much from Maloney, Michael Maloney. And that dead pocket, Werribee in attack.
I think we'll see a lot of that, Ross. It'll be a hard slog, light drizzle falling over Moorabbin at the moment.
McDonald pulling against Clark. I'll let it go. Umpires not picking out soft free kicks at this stage at least. Now they've found one legitimate one.
Peacock.
Scott Peacock in half back.
The majority of players congregate on this grandstand wing. It was Lezapati. What a thump. They knocked the ball out of the footy. So throw midway between wing and half forward for Werribee. All day. Gives away a free kick on Clark. And it's going to be a big ask of David Allgay, coming back from injury against a man who is rarely beaten, but he'll give it 100%. Knight's kick marked by Dyson Holland, not paid. Scarra's handball. Phillips, bit of a blind kick. Wilkins attacks the football. Out in front of Geary. Two pacey players here, Geary and Peacock. So we've played 7.5 minutes and 2 straight goals for Werribee, leading Springvale's 1. Now in the reserve, Sandringham through to the grand final where they'll play Box Hill with a 32-point win today over Paran.
Halfin gets the Vales forward. Dyson Holland's got that one. Attempted spoil by Connell, just a fraction late. And the win behind him, Dyson Holland, should get the distance, Sam.
Yes, I don't think distance will be a factor, Ross. The accuracy, of course, in this tricky breeze.
Wind at his back, almost.
Level the scores. Dyson Holland. Just to the right.
Just one thing about these conditions, Phil, with the heavier ground, the spongy surface, players at least know in the back of their mind they can attack the ball because there won't be the bad bounce. They can, will skim through.
Wilkins showed that, didn't he, when he ran out from full back before.
He really did approach it confidently.
Smith knocks the ball down. Watts will want to see it over the boundary line with Springvale players all around him.
Glenn Wilkins will be relishing this because we've seen him on the bench for a lot of the year. Now getting his chance, seeing it, the possibility of playing in a grand final.
And he's from Ballarat too, he'll be right at home. Goldberg knocks it forward and then Connell takes it over the boundary line.
Do you like that move of Caples to the forward line, Roscoe?
It's a bit early to say yet. Face it. Not really, but Smith was a problem there for them. And then Smith winning the free kick.
In the day. Second one he's given away.
Breeze gets hold of it, dropping short. Strong mark to Neil Connell. Switching play onto the attacking side. Good play by Werribee. Through Watts. Out to Williams. Really look. Geary there with Peacock. Strong play at the ball by Harrington. Got rid of the ball out of the pack with a foot. Locked up there on centre wing by Manane to throw it up, I'd expect. He does on that half-forward flank. All day against Dyson Holland. Halfin's underneath it with Williams.
It's like being in a crane here, an outdoor crane, looking at the football. Good view, plenty of wind, bit of rain, got everything.
Yes, Harold Martin's coaching crane, it's like being in.
Feels a bit Mawson in the Antarctic.
Watts got a good shepherd from Lezapati. Now Wilkins, another run for him.
Good play.
There's the North Ballarat recruit.
And be at home in these conditions, Peter.
And Lesapati got a bit of a knock there from Phillips on his shoulder, just holding his hand a bit limply. Trainer out to see him. Watch that. Clark in front of all day. McMaster too concerned about the man coming at him. Missed the ball. Lesapati just flexing his shoulder at halfback. There's O'Donnell with his shoulder strap. Donald and Rayburn. McPherson missed it. Morgan chases after Cullen. Morgan's done well. Good clean pick up in the conditions. Thumps a pretty long kick towards Jeffs, who hit it hard with Connell. Jeffs in again. Great effort. Paddles it forward. Werribee. Watts. A bit of a fumble. And the Springvale forwards. The first there and up by McKernan was not going to award a free kick to Scurrow. He was appealing for it.
Jason Watts, terrific play because there was a goal there if that had slipped out. Springvale players all around him. Goldberg. High tackle. Doug Coop. Gone to the higher number this year. I think he was 10, wasn't he, Ross, by memory? But
10.
Yeah, but gone up to 27. You don't see that too often.
The rest of the short hasn't affected his form.
Getting closer to his age.
Very experienced. He's missed. 4 points of difference.
Yes.
Start the season, he was a late starter, convinced into playing again.
Very important for the players to allow for that breeze. You can see blowing across the face of the goals, bringing it over to where the cameras are.
That's where Tim Harrington goes. Cullen, he read that well, got behind the pack. McPherson putting the ball well out in front of Button. Wilson.
Yes, they missed him last week, and Wilson gets in for that hard ball. Good in the midfield.
Jack Aziz the target. Good strength from Aziz. A full push on him from Smith, and he still held it. Bit of mud in the eye, but he's within range, I'd say, even though the breeze is against him. Might have even got a bit of a push in the face from Paul Smith. But into the breeze, Jack wouldn't want to be too much further out than this. He's not the longest kick in the competition.
No, that's about his distance, Peter. To really follow through. About 45 into a very tricky breeze.
Has to aim to the left, if anything. The breeze gets it enough.
No.
Kept in play. No, it's a goal.
Behind the line.
Well, a little bit of theatre down there from the goal umpire, but Aziz, good kick under a bit of duress. And as I said, if he gets a goal early on, his confidence does blossom, and his team lead by 10 points. We've played 13 and a half minutes.
Yes, Peter. Tremendous goal developed by Werribee in midfield. Cullen, and then McPherson onto Wilson, and then onto Aziz via Button.
Wilson's grabbed it in the middle. Twisting and turning was Morgan. McPherson clears it out of that centre square. Overrunning it was Sutherland. Out towards Halfin. In a spot above the Springvale. Grabbed by Peacock though. O'Donnell gets round the man. Clear space. Looks up towards Jeffs and Dyson Holland. Jeffs nicely placed at the back. But Dyson Holland, well done.
Magnificent mark. Dyson Holland.
Off to Phillips.
Jeffs.
Oh, Coop it is.
No,
It's Dougie Coop. And what a nice goal from the angle from Doug Coop, the veteran.
Yeah, brilliant skills in these tricky conditions. Both sides making light of the conditions. And that was a superb mark by Dyson Holland, who's doing very well at centre-half forward. His reach is certainly worrying the Werribee defence. Here we see him drag it down and onto the running Coops. This is a trademark of Springvale's. Always numbers around the ball. The right option being executed and a fine kick.
Well, perhaps the worst conditions we've had in the final series so far. Some of the best football. Knight. Morgan. Oh, yes. On the bounce, though. Phillips outnumbered. Watts. McPherson. Just had it slip out of his grasp. Oh, he's got nothing really to kick to. Rayburn outnumbered here. McDonald's handball, really a bad one tonight in that situation.
Looks like McPherson has Doug Coop.
Yeah, and Knight's
Midfield.
with Rayburn.
There's O'Donnell.
Matches up.
Strange that Morgan brought the ball back onto this defensive side when he could have got it on that top side. It was so fruitful the previous foray forward with a goal. All day too much height there. Won the tap. Cullen. Over the top. Missing Geary. Morgan. Geary fights on with Peacock. Back through the legs. All day knocked off the ball. Morgan. What a goer he is, the captain. Trying to get it to Goldberg. Geary picks up. McDonald knocks forward. McMaster's there. Hit McPherson. Geary from Button. Trying to go back to Button. Oh, there's a high tackle from Sutherland. Missed by the umpire. Scurra goes down from Geary.
Letting it go.
They sure are. Cullen fires in a great pass to McMaster.
Good umpiring.
McMaster to Aziz. Well,
Take
he's giving
three.
Schmidt the slip here.
Yes. Fortunately for Springvale, just out of range
Well,
on each
he should have
occasion.
kicked. He should have kicked. There was no one in the goal square for a good 3 or 4 seconds. Clark almost, then taken through.
Yes, good, tough encounter. The umpire's putting the whistle away there. A tough burst of play on the flank. Both sides in amongst it.
Sutherland to put the ball back.
Oh! That didn't go far enough. Just didn't go far enough off his boot.
Supposed to be, what, 10 metres?
Yeah.
In the air. Knocked forward by Clark.
5, yes.
Paddled out by Cullen. McPherson. Springvale with the numbers. Quick thinking by Halfin. Taken over by Jason Watts with Craig Phillips there next to him.
Take an opportunity to send a cheerio to an avid watcher of our program, Sess Michael, who's convalescing at the Monash Medical Centre. Sess, I know you're watching and hope you get a lot better.
It's been my experience of hospital, Sam. They're either too hot or too cold. I think I'd swap right now for an overheated hospital room. Yes.
The nurse to bring the coffee and scones in, put the ABC on.
I think Sess has got all those little commodities at the moment.
Goldberg knocked it to Phillips. Tonight, open-handed handball, bit sus. Helfin. Good defence.
What was the feeling in the rooms, Roscoe?
Both rooms, well, quite quietly confident in Springvale's rooms.
Bernie Shee just a bit more nervous than normal?
Seemed to be, yes. I thought we noticed that in the interview. And why wouldn't he be? Going for a place in the grand final.
Yes, I think the reality of it all might have really dawned upon him this week. I think the first semi or the elimination would have been all bonuses, but now that it's a real, you know, just around the corner, I guess even he would be feeling the heat a little bit.
Jeff's kicks is smothered. Wilson there at the fall of the ball. Goldberg couldn't find a man. Now it's out to Scurra on his left foot. Good effort by Williams. A push. Well,
that's
I
soft.
thought it was a side push. The umpire decided it was in the back. It was a great effort by Peter Williams too. Here we see it again. Well, maybe the umpire was right.
Oh,
Wasn't
no.
much in it. Was not much in it at all. Virtually umper.
When you consider what they've let go to date, it certainly wasn't in keeping with the standard.
20 metres from goal. Very confident a kick. And Springvale is in front.
Yes, a big performance from them. Werribee putting on a lot of pressure in the opening part of the game, but the Vales, as has been the case throughout the finals, always up to the challenge.
Just making a couple of handling mistakes in defence, Werribee. There's a couple of fumbles at critical stages, allowing Springvale in. And of course, they've got a wonderful array of medium-sized players who will capitalise on that spill ball across half forward. Scurra, Phillips. They're running midfield. Extremely good ball handlers. That's what you need on these conditions. One grab.
Very deliberate bounce. In fact, Clark ends up rucking against Rayburn. Good play from McPherson. Slipping out of the tackle, Morgan. McMaster catches him. Lynch just got it away in time. McDonald making sure it stays in the forward line.
A little bit lucky there.
He's just trying to stir things up, I think, the Werribee captain coach.
Yeah, that's why he got pinned for on Peacock on that occasion. He ruffled him up a little bit after the whistle was blown.
Change it to unlucky, Phil.
Good call.
That was Dyson Holland flying over the back. Knight, the rover. Good work from Jeffs. Dyson Holland caught, holding the ball. Lesapati, the tackler.
Good call by the umpire. Prior opportunity.
Shooting the ball out to Jason Watts. Gives them a lot of run off half-back. Chips it for Button. Usually good in the air. Sutherland. He wanted that boundary and he found it.
He's a very, very underrated player, is Sutherland. He's rarely beaten. He plays extremely close and he remains focused for the duration. Good concentration, Sutherland.
McDonald won that out to Wilson in the corridor. O'Donnell was there to block it. Peacock. O'Donnell once more. Rabin was tackling. Lynch a quick kick to centre wing. And just into the hands of Jason Watts, who's been busy across half-back.
Big job on Phillips.
Reynolds.
Now this is the man they need involved.
First touch for Tim Reynolds. 22 minutes into the first quarter. Long towards Button with Sutherland. Sutherland with body strength. Quick recovery. Back to O'Donnell. Lamont there to put the tackle on. Geary fiddling around Werribee. Button. Where's Jack? McMaster trying to knock it forward. Goldberg in to clean up. Good hands. Peacock. That was terrific from Springvale. Lynch. Knight running in support. He's caught.
Good decision. Gee, they're dangerous, Springvale. They always take a chance, and that occasion didn't come off.
Their link-up's
Their link-up's brilliant.
Sam.
Brilliant.
I think it was Peter Williams just put a bit of pressure on for Werribee there and just stopped. He actually broke the chain. Now it's Werribee in a bit of trouble. Good play from Helford. Got the ball out of danger and got it clear. Scarra thumps it long. No. He was lining up to hammer it with the left foot. McMaster tackles him. Kick forward from Morgan and Reynolds. Driving to the wing. McDonald brought it to the ground. Cullen handballed it into the midriff of Clark, who tapped it through to O'Donnell.
It's a terrific player, O'Donnell, in the midfield.
Wilkins leading his opponent to the ball, and in front of him was Lesapati, who's really strengthened things up back there on half-back. Now Cullen.
Out of magnificent series, Cullen.
Geary against Peacock. It's 3 against 1 here. The numbers with Springvale. Away goes Scott Peacock. Lovely kick. Oh, just chipping in time was Harrington because Dyson Holland was... No, it was Smith that looked set to mark.
Struggled a little bit, Richard Geary, last week, and today just fumbling. Critical moment.
That kick went to the wrong spot in the pocket. It's been more centred.
Well read, Roscoe.
Long way out. Hard to kick goals from down in there. One of Bernie Shee thinks the same. We'll get the runner out. O'Donnell. Shark by Cullen. Wilson steadies. Looks for McMaster. In comes Morgan. Fighting hard, the captain. Peacock. Geary. McDonald. No easy kicks here at Moorabbin.
Not wrong, Ross. Real tight football. Two sides so keen to get into the big one. The grand final at Princes Park next week.
I think Port Melbourne, who are watching this game undoubtedly, will be quite happy with the contest.
All day won that tap. Cullen put the tackle on. Scarra after his own kick. Throwing just forward of the centre, yes, Sam. It's going to be a knock 'em down, drag it out preliminary final, I think.
Yeah, shoot 'em down, one of those affairs. Gunfight the OK Corral, Peter.
Clark had the height there. So we're just off time on. And Springvale by the narrowest of margins, just a point. Nice one out the back to Coop. He puts the ball into the right position for Smith. Through the hands, got a little push from Harrington. Let go. And now Harrington kicks towards Rennitz. Halfin's got a chase. Persistence by Marty Halfin. And two by
Tackle. Great tackle, Tim Rennitz.
Well, he got exposed for lack of pace, but a
Made up
tone.
for it.
Yeah, he certainly did, Phil.
He's gone towards Button, who's slipped. Lets Clark in. Oh, Lynch just dwelt a little bit. Button jumped on it. Geary's knocked through. Coop. Throw in. 50 metres around from the Werribee goal. They trail by a point. We've played 26 minutes into the first quarter. Interchange players right there on the left, who was named in the 18 for Werribee, with Matt Power. That was McPherson who was tackled. Denis Knight been very good. Oh, there's a push. Free kick for all day. Advantage is played. Lamont, Watts. Oh, it's all Werribee. Button. Too far out to score. Smith making sure Aziz can't get clear. And he's going to go back and try and take a big mark. Cullen was calling for it in the pocket. Aziz kept right out of it. It nearly fell into his lap though.
Yes, he moved the whole pack with his body there, Peter, and I think it did land in his lap and he dropped it.
Well, they've got to do something about that forward line, Werribee, otherwise they will fail. It took too long for Button to get up forward, waiting for Aziz.
It took an hour, Sam.
Took an hour. You know, they've got to move the ball further, but, you know, Button couldn't kick long because there was no one in the square, and it gave Clark ample opportunity to drop back and fill up in the corridor.
Free kick against Donald McDonald, another one in the ruck contest. Going to Clark from the leg.
Lamont.
Yes, in front. Ooh, of Maloney.
Lucky not to get 50 metres paid against him there. The player was Maloney.
They haven't got one tall in the square, Werribee.
Clark's alone back there for Springvale. Aziz now dropping back into the goal square, as is Button. Smith, that was off the hands. Scores level. 28 minutes gone first quarter.
Ross, you can rest assured one thing that Bernie Shee would have instructed his players, in his particular the midfielders and the on-ballers, would be to get back in defence and fill up the gaps to preclude Jack leading into a space.
Lynch on the end. Oh no, it's not. It's Smith on the end of the Lynch kick-in. That's Lynch with the mark, actually. Sutherland to kick the ball in.
Yes, Lynch got the job on Donald McDonald, the captain coach for Werribee.
He's got a bit of a knee in the small of the back. Hoisted high. And his target, Dyson Holland, got clear of Wilkins, who was trying to retard him. Caples. Yes, he's held that one.
You pushed him out.
Pushed out, there's a paddy.
Yeah, there was a nudge there. I didn't know if it was sufficient enough to warrant a free.
McPherson, man of the match in the qualifying final, kicks it forward. Coop. Neil Connell, good
solid.
And he received a gash early on in that game 2 weeks ago, received stitches. Now, Jason Watts in the lee of the grandstand, bouncing it to Cullen. Rayburn. Use of the body was good from Lamont. Got it to Geary and held up there by Sutherland. Morgan. Oh, McDonald was blocking up the wing, just had to kick it long. Dyson Holland way up there with Rennitz. Kicks it out the full.
That's your mark, mate. Thanks, mate.
Frank Leslie-Putty very close to quarter time, nearly 30 minutes gone. Looking for McDonald. Lynch with a spoil. Clark wasn't sure what to do. Halfin, oh, that put Lynch, dropped it like a hot cake. Rayburn wrenched it out of the pack. Inside 50, Peacock off the ball. Maloney. Halfin. Danger for Springvale. Smith pushed in the back by Aziz. No free kick. Geary. Lamont is a left footer, but he's caught by Knight. Phil Cleary says ball.
A quarter gone and nothing between the teams.
Sunday, it's round 1 of the AFL home and away season.
Waving whatever they could. It's not often a new tradition starts, but it did that day. And I was there to see it happen.
Opening round, Warren. Most anticipated game of the year.
Second quarter about to get underway, and we're starting from scratch again. 20 points apiece. Clark against All Day. McDonald. Button. Under it was Sutherland. Kick off the ground from Smith. Geary's tap. Aziz showing good pace. Kick off the ground just short of the line from Maloney.
Yeah, he's been fighting well at ground level, Jack. When things haven't been going his way, he's been throwing himself back into the fray and contesting. Good sign.
Again, Springvale have the numbers. Peacock knocked it forward. Goldberg threw himself on it. That's Peacock with the football. Good finals footballer. Like a lot of his teammates, underrated. And they're showing us that that is not justified.
No, a very even side is Springvale. Wonderful work ethic.
Marty Halfin kicks it out in the full. The idea was right to get it underneath the pack and bounce it over, but
the execution left a bit to be desired.
McPherson. His execution, not what he would have wanted.
Well, that win too, Peter, dragging the ball over to this side of the ground. Players are going to have to work and concentrate on that. Fight the breeze. On the dead side here.
Springvale's captain, Rod Morgan, for Clark. And Caples looks like back on the back line. Here he is laying a tackle on McMaster, but got the handball away to McPherson. McDonald had it go straight through him. McPherson followed on. Button couldn't handle it. Throw in 60 metres around from Werribee's goal, and the breeze is gathering strength, I think, and really swinging about.
Just moved me 2 feet to the left then.
That's saying something. Reynolds to Aziz. Oh, well gathered, Richard Geary.
Oh,
Werribee are in front by a point.
Yeah, break the deadlock. He could have done a little bit better, Geary.
but
he's ever so dangerous, isn't he, at ground level, Geary?
He has good skills. He should have really put that one through, Sam.
Still too conscious of Aziz. I thought Reynolds should had a better option out to centre half forward when McDonald was lurking.
Clark is always the target from the kick-ins. There he is on hands and knees.
Yes, it's dangerous kicking in to that attacking side too.
Might get a shot of that windsocket shortly just to illustrate the velocity of this breeze. It really has intensified.
Clark's tap down to Tim Reynolds. Oh, that's lovely delivery. Roving McMaster. Cullen. Peter Williams should have held that. Goldberg picked it up. Clark. Oh, that was a thumping tackle. I think it was McMaster. Well done from Phillips to Caples. Phillips got a little kick through, only as far as McPherson. Rayburn, difficult bounce this one, but attacked well by Button through the dummy, finds Geary. Loose men everywhere, including the captain coach. He instead goes to Lamont.
There was 4 or 5 options then, and I thought, well, they would have filled the holes. Yeah.
Scoring side. Yes, it's good for players to give options though. Then it's up to the player with the ball to choose the best one. Geary wanted to make a certainty of it. Lamont, the wind behind him, the right spot to kick a goal. Left foot. Even that doesn't help.
2 points in front, Werribee. 2 behinds in 4 minutes of football in the second quarter.
One of the few times the Springvale defence was caught out then. Never had the numbers back.
What's on offer for Sutherland? Clark is the man he sought. Roving was Williams. Back to Aziz. And he'll be on a tight angle. Peter Williams at the fall of the ball. Chance to put Werribee 8 points in front. McDonald comes. Wonder what he said to Jack.
Kick a goal. And he won't let him down.
Will he?
Oh, I don't think he has. He has.
Well,
couldn't believe that, could you, Philip?
Well, I think it would have been better just straight over, Sam. He had enough goal space open to him, I thought. Try to run out and screw it back.
All these easy misses may well prove costly in the final analysis.
Sutherland's kick in. All day's fist. Peacock. McPherson's playing very well. Reynolds. Don McDonald.
Starting to get into the play, Reynolds too.
Yeah.
They've got plenty of men up forward here. Werribee. But yes!
Oh, I was nearly going to yell out nominate because I saw him lurking, positioning his big frame.
He called it as soon as McDonald got it.
Yep.
And never really looked in good position, Sam, did he?
He never ever, but I saw him focus his eyes. And once they were transfixed, he saw his body. He was manoeuvring the traffic around him. And of course, those vice-like grips.
Caples complaining he was blocked with a run of the ball.
Button's second goal. Werribee have done all the scoring in this term. They lead by 9 points. We've played 6:20, second quarter.
That midfield doing well and around the packs, Phil, aren't they?
Yes, I just mentioned Reynolds getting into the play. Look at Button's use of the body there. Nothing in that. You could not pay a free kick against Button there. He just stood his ground. Caples fell for it, bounced off him. Button did the rest. Good play. Yes, that breeze, I suspect, just slightly to Werribee's end.
And All Day's had a couple of good knocks, a couple of good touches in the last couple of minutes, which would have given his confidence.
Well, he's punching that ball away from Clark, isn't he? Clark,
there's that wind socket we spoke about.
Which one's at the top one?
Pointing directly at us. It's like an exocet. Won't find its target if it's an exocet because there's no heat generated here at the moment, let me tell you.
Not even much hot air today, Sam. All Day won it. Scurra. Wilson. Werribee, more numbers at the ball. Rayburn, now Springvale get there in numbers. And
late.
Master, yes.
Late there with the body.
There's Lynch. I think he got that knee in the gluteus maximus with Irving on the bench. So Springvale having made a change. Kick by Knight towards the line.
How's that translate? Is that bottomus rearus?
He was a Roman centurion, wasn't he?
Fogarty on for Lynch. He just stretches whatever it is. He's hurt.
Bottom.
McPherson in good position ahead of Knight.
Yes, it's a bit of a blow to lose Lynch out of that back line. Caples has had to go back.
Actually, Caples has been back there all this quarter, so he spent all the game down in that half. Wilson's kick forward. Good battling from Andrew Button. Squaring kick from Williams. McDonald. Coop gave the call to Peacock to leave it. Oh, good play there from Fogarty. Bundled through to Williams by Wilson. Aziz trying to smother. Morgan caught by Aziz. Buttons tapped through. Peacock. Phillips or Helfen waiting for it. Marty Helfen gives the handball to a very elusive Maloney. But here's Glenn Wilkins. No, it's Lesapati. All but 2 players in the left half of the field. Button the flyer. Caples caught high.
Terrible kick by Lesapati to the wrong spot on the ground. He had 3 men leaving to the far side. Dyson Holland in front.
Yes.
And wins a free against Watts.
Interference.
A good shot of that. Dyson Holland, centre wing, grandstand side, into the breeze. The ball holds up. Goldberg might have to fly. He stays down. Ball to the back of the pack. Fogarty. Not a clean pickup. Watts. Lesapati. Switching play. And hooking it back to the centre wing. Goldberg with the spoil. Clark doesn't know where it is. Recovered well. Scurra over the top of Williams. Halfin in possession. Through the back of the legs. Well, that's how tight it is in this prelim final. No easy kicks. Quick hands by Coote. O'Donnell showed some pace into the pocket, but that was an ill-directed kick, Phil.
Yes, wrong spot, Ross. With the breeze pushing the ball to that pocket, he should have tried to get it into the corridor. I don't know who he was trying to pick out there, really. Wasted opportunity.
10 minutes gone. Second quarter. Springvale haven't scored as yet in this term, going against the wind. But they've got it deep in their attacking zone. Watts back into trouble. Wilkins sees it over.
Just under a little bit of pressure too, Springvale. Not just they haven't scored, but their system is just falling apart a little. They need a goal.
Ruckman can do it again. 40 metres out from Springvale's goal. That's Phil Goldberg with 2 jumpers on.
So they need him amongst it too, Peter.
Of course, with an easterly, all the players' instincts are upset. Don't get an easterly very often. Playing to the other side of the ground. Watson is taking it over.
I'll pick up some pace for the race as Spinnaker, I think, Roscoe.
I believe they used to call VFL football from here, or AFL football. That astounds me.
This is Arctic Park. That's Arctic Park. This is Antarctic Park. Now, Phillips. Going to get his second. Ooh.
They needed that, the Vales too. You can't underestimate them, but I just sense that Werribee are getting on top.
Their runners have just been stifled. They're not linking up, and Werribee are doing very well sitting on them. They're gating them and frustrating and tackling and harassing.
Now Tim Harrington, well, he chooses the defensive side. Redditz is out there.
No one's touched it either.
Now Halfin just got a hand on it. Inside the line, Wilson.
Lack of talk there, communication with the Werribee players. They should have done better. Lesapati and Wilson. Umpire
Doug Gower umpiring his last game of VFA football. It's a long career.
Wilson, yes, Doug Gower. I saw him knocked out at Waverley Park back in 1987, carried off on a stretcher. There's the kick for one if that's a highlight of his career. Williams kicks it forward to McDonald. Smith couldn't really bend down far enough. Aziz, he's really battling well when he's not in possession. Ball went back to Button, and here's Aziz. He's got this one. Second for Coşkun. His 93rd of the season.
Magnificent handball by Button. Their left-hander, Sam, wasn't it a classic, in a tricky breeze.
It
was
terrific,
pinpoint. Look at this, the left hand had to avoid Rod Morgan there, and Aziz just allows nicely for the breeze. Good goal, Jack.
Yeah, and McDonald did very well trapping the ball, attacked the ball ferociously, but Button at half forward has been tremendous value for them.
Work ethic of the Werribee forwards is terrific.
Yeah.
Big lift from last week.
Clark. Scurra. In the way was Reynolds. Quickly to Wilson. Button. Sutherland ran at it and took the risk, met it well. He's harassed by Button. Still got the kick. Out to Rayburn. Dives on the ball. In possession. Holding it for sure.
Yes. Saw him hook it back underneath him.
O'Donnell wastes no time. Up goes all day. Got a hand on it.
Good
Off
play.
the ground by Williams. He's been good, Peter Williams. O'Donnell. McPherson.
Been great, McPherson.
Now Cullen can penalise Springvale. Long towards goal, but wide.
Great play, Rod Morgan there. Ducked the handball, copped a big shirt front, but got straight up. Out last week, here we see it. McPherson there left, boom. Fair, but late.
Who copped the shirt front, Phil?
Oh, I think McPherson copped it, not Morgan.
Oh, sorry, did I say that?
Yes.
The other way around.
I was thinking I've been seeing things. Peacock.
I won't say anything this week, Phil.
Yeah.
Oh, good mark from Phillips. Yes, Cullen knows he wants to get it off. Caples and Goldberg were going past. Dyson Holland held his ground. Knight. Breeze is going to help.
Yes.
There's the first goal of the quarter to Springvale. Denis Knight gets it.
And they needed it, Sam, didn't they? But this bloke has been superb in the finals, a former Dandenong Premiership player. Out of the pack on that occasion. Dyson Holland, great handball.
Good judgment.
He's under pressure, Knight. He doesn't realise the deputy's about to be by Cullen, but he gets the foot on the ball.
I think Cullen pushed him into it. I think he straightened him up a little bit. But there was a bit of a gap starting to appear on the scoreboard, and that was a badly needed one for the Vales. But you know one thing about them, they'll keep chipping away.
So that gap is 9 points as Wilson tries to find McMaster. Beautifully running is Geary. Back to Lamont. Well, Cullen was it? Rayburn, it might have been Wilson. Third time lucky. Lots of ball in. Lamont is lurking at the base of Jack Aziz for the crumbs as Wright ready is to come on. And Lesapati, yes, coming off with the hand. You could see the hand held close into the body. The shoulder a worry. We got that knock in the first quarter. Williams. McPherson. Missed all day. Nice pick up by Phillips on the outside of the right foot to half forward. Down goes Jeffs. Connell heads for the line. Steady as a rock is Neil Connell. No attention from Frank Lesapati. Matt Power well rugged up.
Free kick for all day. Oh,
No.
well,
I agree, Peter, with you there.
there was no free kick, I didn't think, but if there was going to be one, it was going to be all days. Here's
That's your
Clark.
mark, mate. That's your mark.
Smith back at the edge of the goal square. Coming from a long way behind. Not hands to it. Rennett's handball. Scarra got in the way. Fogarty. Coop. No one's really tackled him properly yet. Jeff's got the handball. Watts runs into 2 or 3 players. Morgan got it through. Fogarty, goal. Whistle, whistle. No, it's a goal.
Sheer persistence, Peter, from Coop right through to Fogarty. Spill arrived.
Dyson Holland, I think it might have been, got a handball out. Here he is. Yes.
But I meant the earlier play of Coop as well under the pack. He was under a lot of pressure. And Fogarty finishes it off. That's Springvale to a T. You think they're just slipping and they bounce back into action.
Back within 3 points.
Yeah, Mick Fogarty, not the quickest man in the team, and the conditions would suit him. Good interchange by the Vales. Peacock. Halfin. Coop, Shark by McDonald. Williams, where is it? Did pretty well, the little fella. Out to McPherson, busy again this week. Into Wilson, overlapping McMaster. Half forward, tries to centre it. Aziz on the wrong side of his man, who is Smith. Lamont in possession. Sutherland. Lamont. Oh, that was a bad one for Wilson. Peacock and cleared by Maloney.
Clark looking to make amends. McMaster. Button. Got the call from Geary. He has to come over O'Donnell. Knight. Caught by Williams. Oh, stalemate. 35 metres out from Werribee's goal.
Ooh, a lot of comedy and mistakes.
It's nice and hot out there.
McDonald's kick.
Afraid I'm not seeing a lot of these ruck infringements, actually.
That's shocking, that really is.
Well, it's a difficult one. Well, Simon Clark in particular, he'll be a little bit hard done by because he knows everyone's trying to use their body against him because he just outleaps them.
It's about the first time one's gone against him. Didn't look a lot in it to me, but it's McDonald directly in front. Captain Coach has got the goal. Difference back to 9 points in favour of Werribee.
Yeah, inspirational leader, McDonald. And well at half forward.
See, they hurt those free kicks, don't they, Sam? You know, throw up 40 metres out. Big cheer in the crowd. Must be a score coming through or something.
Well, the score here is a 9-point lead to Werribee. 20 minutes we've nearly had, as you can see on the clock. And Springvale done a good job to hold the lead to just 9 so far. But danger for them now. Springvale through Clark. Goldberg. Can they get a quick one back? Running to meet it was Wilkins. Attacked it confidently. O'Donnell's first there. Goldberg short. And if Goldberg is manning up on Peter Williams, which I think he might be, he's not terribly effective today as he was a couple of weeks ago. There's Power.
Good bit of zip coming off the bench. Well, that looked like a shove on all day. Rayburn's handball. Watts did it twice with strength. Not 3 times, yes. Cullen. McDonald made ground. He went to Power to Button instead, who'll throw in about 80 metres around from Werribee's goal, and McPherson going into the rooms.
Might have I don't know whether it was a nick over the eye, was it, or no? Couldn't spot it.
Making a cup of tea, maybe. Warm up. Clark. Rayburn on the defensive side of the pack. His kick was smothered. Pushed forward by O'Donnell. And a throw in. Goldberg with Knight. Lamont. Clark 24 to ruck against Allday. Mark Cullen. Well,
Over the ball, mate.
well,
Yes, good call.
Play on.
quickly by Goldberg. They've sprinted it away.
He's doing well in the ruck all day. He's making Clark work very hard.
Springvale just trying to take very quickly the free kick, catch the opposition off guard. It didn't work that time, but they've got a couple of goals from that tactic. Peacock trying to find Coop. Nice pick up, Morgan. What a battler. Denis Knight in clear space at half forward. Plenty of time to steady. Centering kick towards Smith. In front. Over the back. Dyson Holland off the ground by Fogarty. Gets his second in the quarter and brings Springvale back in touch.
It's typical of bulk of Springvale scoring opportunities. They just persist and they work hard, and then all of a sudden, out of nothing, they conjure something up. And on this occasion, Fogarty with his second. He's certainly been a live wire up forward, Phil.
He's a very elusive forward, Sam. He can always put one through when it counts. Mick Fogarty, there he is on screen. Big lift for the Vales.
Geary makes the most of a bad bounce. Here he is, back onto it. Cullen the shepherd for him. Oh, Wilson can kick a goal. No, goes to Power. Loves kicking goals. The wingman started on the bench, and his first possession should end up in a major in the preliminary final. Doesn't waste any time. Kicks the goal. 9-point leaders again are Werribee. We've played 23 minutes, second quarter.
Just a little 9-9 chip there by Matty Power. Got the desired result. And Geary doing well across midfield around the packs.
That's why some teams complain about the centre ball up too, Sam. Got a very bad one there.
Good fortune there with that indiscriminate kick by Geary, finding Wilson. He's doing well. And he displayed good vision by spotting Power, who was unopposed 20 metres out. And the lead once again blows out the 9 points.
And each time Fogarty has got them back to within 3 points. Not such a good bounce again. Caples put it in the favour of Werribee. Sits for Reynolds. Looks towards Lamont. Back there, Maloney. Lamont off the ground. And Aziz
hit the post.
by there to adjudicate on that one from Jack Aziz. 2 goals, 2 to the full forward.
Those umpires are going to have to work out that ball up. 2 bad ones in succession.
When they've thrown the ball up, the wind's really got hold of it, and we've seen a lot of ruck infringements as a result. So it's not an easy day for umpires either. Caples throwing himself on it. Coop caught around the throat somewhere by Wilson. Rayburn caught by Peacock.
Yours, mate.
Clark to the wing. Right, we'll get a Shepherd. Falls short. Clark nearly collides with Morgan.
Back.
Simon Clark, who was best on the ground when the teams last met back in round 12. His opposite number all day, couldn't hold that, but Watts been a good player for the Bees. Wilson to Aziz. Good spoil Smith. Coop caught by Aziz. Laid some good tackles in this quarter, Aziz. Clever tap to Wilson. Cullen will run on. Kicker behind.
Gee, they deserve better that. That was tremendous play by the forwards, in particular Aziz knocking the ball out to Wilson. Wilson displaying great vision again, spotting a target.
Second behind in this quarter to Mark Cullen.
It's disappointing by Cullen's standard. He's normally a very good kick of the ball.
Sutherland looks for Clark. Coop is caught.
Yeah, no, I'm there. Tackle, mate.
Looking forward to half-time, Doug Coop. 1 minute into time on second quarter. The winner to meet Port Melbourne next Sunday at Princess Park. Werribee yet to win a First Division in the old terms. Grand final. Maybe next week if they can get through this one. Goldberg puts Springvale to half forward. Wilkins out in front of Cullen. With him, O'Donnell. Werribee lost narrowly to Dandenong in 91.
And of course, Springvale's last victory was against Port Melbourne, the 1987 VFA Grand Final. Werribee looking short out to make sure that matchup doesn't reoccur. Wilson caught by Goldberg, Williams rather, by Phil Goldberg. There's the kick from O'Donnell, or Werribee. Rayburn. Good work from Button there, knocked the ball down. Werribee keeping it in the forward line. Reynolds tried to cross the ball. Helfen got it. Dyson Holland's handball to Sutherland. Over the top, Helfen. Peacock. Good Shepherd, Denis Knight. Peacock's kick poor. Watts. Connell. Cullen got a cruel one.
Well done.
Handball was smothered by Cullen. Now it'll open up for the Bees. Peter Wilson. Shocking kick to Geary. Had time to kick it long. It's ricocheted to Helfen. Good work from Glenn Wilkins. Harrington. Peter Williams. Geary. Button. Good strength. Yeah. Free kick. Held his ground. Andrew Button's kicked 2 goals. The Breeze behind him, not without a chance.
It's a long kick of the ball, Button. He's used his strength admirably today.
14 possessions.
All clear.
It's his first behind. And we've played 29 minutes. They lead by 12 points, Werribee.
Yeah, they worked very well this term, Werribee, particularly in midfield.
Jack, that's your mark.
Peacock, space to Maloney.
Mine.
Up goes All Day. Pretty good effort for a man who's missed a few weeks with a hamstring. Cullen. McMaster couldn't quite grab it. Appealing for the free kick on Scott Peacock. Phil, Michael McMaster's been
Check it up, guys, check it up.
more aggressive at the ball in this final series. I don't think just today. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree with that.
Phillips, good work. Halfin. Denis Knight, nice little twist. Shows his pace. Whips it out to Goldberg. Clear it half forward. Have to hurry. Kick dropping short. Oh, Smith knocked out of the way by Harrington. Connell, such effortless ease. Werribee clear.
Rayburn had support from Watts. Clark filling in the gap. Oh, well picked up by Cullen. Williams. Aziz has got the break on Smith. Lamont. Power. The Bees trying to set something up. Can Smith beat Jack? No, he can't. He can give it away. Jack will kick it himself. 3 goals, Jack Aziz. And it's a 3-goal lead for Werribee at half-time in the VFA preliminary final.
All Day won it. At the back he was too.
Right.
Phil, I think Springvale, just trying to read Bernie's mind, but they might have been playing Caples at the busy end of the ground. Defence when they're against the breeze and in attack when they had it. So it mightn't have upset their balance that much.
No, I think it's all right. It was the move of Lynch that upset, the injury to Lynch that upset them, I thought. And certainly with Smith struggling, nothing wrong with having Caples there.
There's it. Cullen waits with O'Donnell. Over the top comes Scurra. In the dead pocket, Connell will hit it towards the line. Watts does just that, but congratulations to McPherson in the tracksuit on the line. Fogarty kicked 2 goals. They need another 11 minutes into the third quarter. Prelim final on a windy, cold day at Moorabbin.
Oh, yes, in the back. Phillips. Difficult shot from here, about 40 metres out, but the breeze cutting across the face of the goals there, right to left.
He kicked the first goal. It'll probably drop short. Crummers will be important. Well, it's got
Yes!
Well done, Craig Phillips. And Springvale have got 2 back, and they're down by only 10 points.
And that is a very, very difficult goal to kick, that one that Craig Phillips has put through. Might look all right on the screen, the distance. You might think that's an easy goal. With that wind coming across the face of the goals, pushing the ball, drifts back a fraction, but to get the distance is a big kick. That's a lifter for the Vales.
Chief Hole of the Werribee Brains trust. I get McPherson back on the field. Prondo, who's okay.
All Day wins the tap. Rayburn's kick. Power. Rayburn again. Peacock, 2 good interceptions. Telling play from him there. O'Donnell got the call from Clark. He had to attack it and did well. This will bounce high. Went through to O'Donnell, to Connell. Watts gives it to Wright.
Should have handballed there, Clark. Big man, he doesn't handball enough. Tends to want to kick the ball too often.
Matt Powers kick to McDonald. A lot of holding going on. Oh, just stopped in time, Sutherland. He nearly got a tripod in the eye.
Yes, you're right, Phil, because it wasn't a good kick, which made it all the more worse. All the worse, I should say. Falling for it again.
All the more worser, Ross.
No, I didn't say that. It wasn't that bad. Goldberg with it. Knight. Williams. As this is in front of Smith again. First there, Morgan. Well tackled by Jack. Halfin. First there, Butt. Werribee just a bit strong with the ball in attack at the moment.
Oh!
Who's underneath that? Deserving of a free kick. Goldberg.
Goldberg is nearly buried in the deck.
Play, guys, good play. Good shot, guys.
Yeah.
Go the ball.
Shame we couldn't save it.
Well held, that tongue, Phillip. O'Donnell. Got it to Scurra. Halfin. Look at them. Morgan went out of it in the second quarter, but he switched it nicely. Knight on a long run. Gets the shepherd from D-HOLLAND. Denis Knight, he's getting within 70. Kicks, intercept Harrington. Caples. Connell's kick off the ground. Good play from the Werribee defence now. Game's gone up a notch, and Springvale are the ones that have instigated that.
Tim Harrington, fullback. Magnificent play to spoil Caples then. Outstretched arm. Just got the punch in. Good play.
10 points the difference. 14 minutes into the third term. Werribee lead.
Scurra, Peacock. Phillips kept his balance. Outside is Halfin. Centering kick. Interrupted by Neil Connell. He'll head for McDonald, who's come up from half forward to contest the mark with Clark. McDonald trying to knock it on.
Just not laying the tackles correctly, Werribee. Too many tackles being broken by Springvale, their runners.
Clark motioning with his eyes where he's going to tap this. There it goes. Watts there to tap it down to Williams. He's taken down by Clark. Spoil from Morgan. Whoopi Goldberg. Geary equal to it. Oh, there it is, right down the throat of Halfin. Phillips tap. Just a little long for Coop. Ended up with Fogarty. Halfin. Pressure on right. Gives it straight away to Phillips. What a tackle, Neil Connell. He made up for his teammate's mistake. Spent last year with Riddle and the former Brunswick Broadmeadows player is an uncompromising backman. Here's McMaster. Clark sets himself. All day took him out of it. Power. McDonald having a great battle with Lynch. Pick up from Morgan. Good football. The half-back lines of both sides are impenetrable at the moment.
Yeah, well on top. The ball alternating between the respective half-backs, and both sets of forwards really struggling.
McDonald using his body strength against Clark, as he does in those ruck contests. Wilson got a hand pass out. Power got it. Rayburn puts a tackle on Coop. Geary, was he legged?
Leg.
No, said the umpire. He was closer. O'Donnell going for the line and finding it. Might have been just above the knee, that tackle.
Yes, I
Doug
agree.
Coop ran into a bit of trouble, and then he had to lay that second tackle.
Here's the guy they need.
Rod McPherson stretches the quadriceps. McDonald pushes against Clark. Halfin tried to barge his way through. Reynolds has been quiet. Wilson, little chip kick. In towards Aziz, ducks ahead.
Must be holding the ball.
Good decision.
Oh, let him go, Jack. It'll be 50.
Now, where will the Werribee runner go to bring McPherson on? Lynch's kick towards Halfin. All day. There's Lynch as far as Cullen. Williams.
He's struggling with his fitness at the moment all day.
Power's the player that goes off to allow McPherson on for Werribee. That's a mark for Smith. Yes.
Just as well.
Yeah, he was away, Geary. It was goal bound.
There's a few Springvale fans thinking, did I hear that whistle? D-HOLLAND in the middle of the pack, didn't touch it. Kick off the ground from Knight. Connell. Under heaps of pressure again, and he stands up to it. Bounce 50 metres from Springvale's goal. Pats on the head for everybody. Matt Power rugging up. Frank Lesaputty has a shoulder injury there on the bench with him. Still 10 points the difference. We've played 18 minutes, third term. Werribee lead.
Neil Connell. Coop in front of Cullen. Now, Coop was in receipt of that free, as Cullen was before. McMaster over the top. Wilson, chased by Goldberg. Sutherland.
Great play, Scott Sutherland. Desperation.
against Andrew Button.
It's inspirational stuff.
It's only... Sam?
Sorry, Ross, I was looking for inspiration up here.
10 points in
Please.
I'm looking for a hot toddy or some glue vine or something.
Gee, I'd like to pull the jumper on so I can get warm.
Yeah, Tim, you have an extra Onga Baringa thrust on the cut tonight.
McDonald. The throw in just nice length for him. Halfin beautifully down to Fogarty. Again on the dead flank. Springvale can't get it on the top side. I'm sure they're trying.
That's right, Ross. I'd love to get that ball into the midfield and get a run. Someone like Denis Knight to swoop on it.
19 minutes gone. 18 points it was at half-time to Werribee, 10 points to them now. And away goes Mark Cullen for the Bees. Free kick.
Good call, umpire.
Sutherland got on top of Button. Goes towards Fogarty, or Dyson Holland. Won't be paid. Fogarty might have gotten his way a bit. Right, gets the ball to Rayburn. Button. Cullen on the overlap. Well, they're getting themselves into a bit of a dead pocket here. No, Cullen with pace. He's been the star. He's got Aziz.
That's sensational play, Mark Cullen. Talk about work. He initiated it, then kept running. Was the link that had finally got the ball to Aziz. And what a fine mark amid a lot of traffic there, Jack Aziz.
Well, there hasn't been a score for at least 6 minutes. And with his 21st possession, Cullen has given Aziz a chance to kick his 4th goal. Or he takes it further away. That was not a good kick. Just dropped it to the boot very haphazardly. He's kicked 3 goals, 3 today.
I've been critical of Jack's preparation in his execution. Almost a lethargic, lazy approach.
Not addressing it correctly, Sam.
Looking for Lynch. Reynolds is spoiled. Goldberg couldn't get the hand pass out. Now it's clear though. Lynch under duress. Again to the wrong side of the ground. Into that dead pocket. Irving with Connell. Connell's been pretty good. Paddled out. Danger. Dyson Holland. Caples shepherding with the body. They're holding each other. Harrington and Caples. What a battle. Caples off the ground.
What a great trap from Tim Harrington.
Wasn't that? Talk about 2 dinosaurs. So it just planted in the deck. Couldn't go after the ball.
Didn't he trap it though?
Yes, he got that big foot down and stopped it sliding past him. As he goes for Reynolds, former Coburg teammate, and arriving in time was Dyson Holland. Throw in 70 metres from Springvale's goal. They will want to be on level terms, if not in front of Werribee, at 3/4 time.
They dearly love another.
Coop's kick. Good work from Glenn Wilkins. He's been a good inclusion in the side this week.
Did well.
McMaster sets himself.
Yes, they just can't get the ball onto the attacking side or into the corridor enough, the Vales. Sure they're aware of it.
There's their bench. She watching from up on high as Clark's tap goes to Reynolds. Back into trouble, Denis Knight there. Ian Wilson. Peacock knocks it down to Knight. Williams. Clark's volley out on the full.
You can be stiff.
Yeah, it was the right thing to do, but unfortunately couldn't control it. Watt's been good, but he's had his hands full with Phillips, who's escaped a couple of occasions.
His 18th possession. Nearly 23 minutes gone. 3rd quarter. 10 points the lead to Werribee. I thought Clark was holding McDonald there. Rayburn. Goldberg. Ooh, taken out beautifully by McDonald. Meanwhile, Springvale have the ball. O'Donnell kicks it wide towards Fogarty. He's not quick. Down he goes. Back he goes. Up he gets. Whips it out. No, he doesn't. Yes, he does to O'Donnell. A man linking up is Dyson Holland. Heads for goal. And gets it. And Springvale are within 4 points.
What a bit of play that was. Fantastic. Fogarty all over the place. trying to regain his feet, got hold of it, off she went, ended up with Dyson Holland from O'Donnell. I think it was his. Fogarty finally gets it up. No, yes. And then O'Donnell onto it. And look at this swoop. Beautifully, right through the gap. Dyson Holland, superb goal. Springvale right back in the game.
Well, this fairy tale will not die.
Oh, they're
Lost
just a
their
great side.
first 5 games of the season. They've won the next 12 out of 15. It's the 16th one that counts for them to get them into the grand final, and Scurra puts them forward again, but Cullen marks, slowing it down a little bit. Out towards Richie Rayburn, who's been pretty quiet. McDonald's been well held by Lynch in this term. Sutherland.
Top play.
They've got terrific evasive skills, the Springvale players. Here's O'Donnell. Phillips couldn't get back to take the mark, but it comes through to Dyson Holland. Here goes Goldberg. His touch hasn't quite been with him today, but he's still got his feet. Throw in 50 metres from the springy goal.
Gee, Kevin O'Donnell's been good. And that was a great shepherd over there. I think it was by Fogarty for Goldberg. Just couldn't get away with it.
Scoreboard
on the right side.
Scoreboard attendance so cold. They've put up the point score. They haven't put the goal for Springvale. It's 4 points in favour of Werribee. Into time on.
Hold your man, he didn't have it. Why'd you mark him?
Rod McPherson. You can see a bit of sticking plaster on the right eye. Protecting a couple of stitches. Had a good first half. McMaster. Clark intercepting. Spilled it. Maybe costly. Andrew Button. Up towards Lamont. Oh, that's a free. Well, only claiming he marked it, but there was definitely a push in the back.
Yeah, he got well into his back.
McDonald, as Geary runs into space. Now, win behind Richard Geary. Jaggers is on his own too. Well, everything going wrong there for Springvale. Werribee gets McDonald gets his second for the Tigers and makes the difference 10 points.
Badly needed steady on that occasion. They got caught out Springvale across midfield, and intelligent use of the ball by Werribee saw them at 6s and 7s, and of course there's McDonald on screen kicking the easiest of goals and seeing his sides again with a comfortable little buffer of 10 points.
Costly dropped mark, spilt mark at half-back by Clark, but he looked to have it covered.
Yeah.
He wins the tap, charging onto it is Scurra. Phillips back to him. Caught well by Wilkins. Rennett's missed with the tap. He gets up with it. Touched off the boot. O'Donnell. Coop.
She's a good player, O'Donnell.
Yep.
Really good thinker.
Well, here's Knight. Good play from Coop.
The big 50 yelled out for there, but no, says the umpire, will pay it as it is.
Dennis Knight thought about going to Phillips.
He would get the distance, I reckon, here, Peter.
It's actually Fogarty making a lead in the pocket.
Important goal.
Has been kicked.
Oh, they won't lie down.
4 points the difference. Dennis Knight second. We've played 27.5 minutes of the third quarter.
Well, it's that midfield that's starting to move a bit. The likes of Knight, they're chipping in for the goal, but Kevin O'Donnell's been absolutely superb in this third quarter. There's the goal.
And of course, Werribee must look closely at that centre bounce area all day. I've watched him very closely this term. He just obviously hasn't played a great deal of football and paying the penalties. Just nowhere near match fit. He's lacking legs at the moment, so they must get him out of there.
The bounce was a cruel one for all day. Halfin cleared it out of the middle. Intercepted. Dyson Holland. Well, he's just wide.
All that to put them in front, and he's just slipped it over to the left. The wind carrying it. Dyson Holland, key player in this latter part of the game.
Defensive side.
Right.
Quite content to see it over the line. They're under siege at the moment, the Werribee defence.
What a last quarter we're in for here. Springvale have achieved what they set out to do in this term, get on level terms by three-quarter time. They might even get in front. Scarra's kick. Dyson Holland over the top of it, and Harrington goes for that sanctuary over the boundary line. So,
gee, if they hit the front feet, it'll bring the stand down.
Well, the uncommitted will be barracking for Springvale. They'll have the support of just about everyone as Knight scores a behind.
To get within 2 points. And Knight's lifted this term as well. He's pretty well held that first half.
Oh,
it's a mini siren.
Set the lid on the siren accidentally. Almost must be siren time, 29.5 minutes. An over-anxious timekeeper. Perhaps his hands are frozen.
He's waiting for Springy to have a shot.
Just waiting for the ball to be kicked back into play. So 18 points up at half-time were Werribee. They now lead by 2 points. Springvale kicking 4 goals to 2 in that third term with the breeze. Well, they did it at Springvale to win by 9 points against Werribee. Much more important here to do it in the preliminary final. Diving through as Morgan gets a high one.
Gutsy play, Rod Morgan. Really went after it.
And reap the reward, Philip.
Very crowded forward line as Dyson Holland brought it to ground. Coop's kick. Here's a chance for Smith. Hasn't done much all day. And Harrington stands firm. Good skills from the big man. Plays basketball with it, then hits Cullen with a 20-metre handball. It'll come back, though, because Springvale have the numbers. Knight's handball to O'Donnell. Denis Knight tried to pinpoint the pass and read it smarks.
What an opportunity gone begging, Peter. On the run, put it in the wrong spot. Richard Smith down there's got a lift.
Watts putting it in front of Power to run onto. It stops like a sand wedge. Taken by Sutherland to Fogarty. Irving pushed off the ball, but his teammates run onto it. Spooned up by Scarra to Helfen. Unselfish and direct onto the chest of Smith.
And Smith being told there, I think a bit anxious because he knows that Harrington's had the wood on him when he's picked him up. Or that he struggled. In fact, he struggled himself. That's the big problem. He's now trying to show the flag. He's got the opportunity back on the ground to put them in front. And misses.
1 point the difference. He's had a shocking day.
He's just got to concentrate, Sam, doesn't he? You know, he's a key player now.
That is demoralising after the brilliant lead-up work by the midfielders.
I really thought Helfen should have had a shot at goal.
Yes,
anyway.
so did Peter.
Here he is. Good play, Marty Helfen. And he copped one in the back of the head. 1 point the difference in favour of Werribee.
Certainly had the better of Reynolds.
Peter Williams just coming over the top of him. Too far out to score. Irving's lead ignored. Just going to go for maximum distance. Almost pulled down by Dyson Holland. Here's Goldberg. And he's kicked it. Whoopee! It's hit a post.
Oh,
scores level.
It was going in the right direction. Just about.
Well, there's never a dull moment with this side, is there?
Oh, fantastic comeback, Sam. Scores dead level. Right in the game again they are, as they've been for the last 3 months.
Well, a lot of leads going at the attacking side, and Harrington's going to go that way. Irving. Tackled there by Wilkins. 70 metres out from the Springvale goal. Allday just gets there in time to contest against Clark. He looked very tired getting across the ground there. He was positioned on the defensive side for the kick-in and needed all the time available to even go up against Clark. They'll do it again. No, it's Smith now who takes over from Clark. Here's Phillips. Fogarty spreading it across to Irving. Just delayed, but off goal. It's a goal. In front. Unbelievable. Wales.
Well, Halpin's pace has really destroyed Tim Reynolds.
Well, talk about taking your coach at his word. Take risks, and didn't they take risks?
I thought he should have had a shot here.
Yes, you're right, Sam. It was all set, but look at, isn't that a smart bit of play? Took the punt, took the risk.
Fortune favours the brave here at Moorabbin.
4 minutes in. Springvale again through. SACHA. Down he goes. Halpin's chasing, but Master goes for the line.
Well, this is going to be a big challenge now for Werribee. When you're pipped by this side, you've really got to fight against Springvale. They produce their best.
Clark tries for the big one. Wilson's caught by Goldberg, and the Springvale crowd have found their voice. They don't win a free kick that time. Phil Goldberg. All day battled well. Peacock, the ball knocked from his hands. I don't know if Werribee can believe what's happened. The 24-point lead, now down by 6 points. Over the top of the Master, a bit of desperation. Peacock, Goldberg, Knight will paddle forward. Peacock following up.
5.5 minutes gone of the last quarter. Reynolds gets it to the wing. McDonald to Power. Cullen was calling for it inside. Smith came out. Aziz, his opponent, gives it to Lamont. Goal! Werribee go in front. Square. Well, square with that goal.
And McDonald foaming off that hand pass to Power. Set it all up. Aziz, quick hand pass to Johnny Lamont here. We'll see Aziz.
Gee, a mistake there, though, Sam, by Paul Smith.
Should have run at the ball and taken the mark, but he hesitated because he saw Morgan coming across.
Putty back on.
McDonald into the ruck and all day off.
Yes, he would have tired, I would think. Good move.
I think he delayed that by some half an hour.
Will it make a difference? Up goes Big Donald. Clark won it. Bounced nicely for Knight onto the left foot. Up goes Dyson Holland. Raving Goldberg at the fall of the ball. Out to Phillips. He's in possession, trying to get it clear. Fogarty from nowhere. Back there's Connell. Oh, who was over the top? It was Geary, so there was no free kick.
Yes, Dennis. Oh, that's a silly free kick to give away. Irving there will not make the coach happy. They're Justin Irvin, 26. Silly free kick.
Connell towards McDonald. No, Putty, who had to go defensive.
Well, the terrace is becoming extremely vocal now.
7 minutes gone. Scores level. Reynolds just hammers it downfield. Good mark taken by Sutherland. One of the unsung heroes for Springvale. Reynolds. Caples. He's found SACHA. Fogarty goes past him. Dyson Holland. 35 out. Sausage! In front by 6 points. The Wales.
Well, they pace and pace. It's kept them in this game. They will see them victorious at the end. But their slick ball handling and their link up in midfield has really been the key.
He just left
right
in his wake there, Dyson Holland. His second goal.
Terrific play, Peter. What a final this is. We've had some great finals in this, the 1993 VFA season.
Now the acid
None better.
Acid test applied to Werribee now. Can they respond?
McDonald over the back. Marty Halpin. Running onto it, SACHA. Grabbed by McDonald. Having to do it all, the captain coach. Going back is Rayburn. Standing his ground, Andrew Button.
Could nearly kick it from there.
Thump. Aziz at the back, now in the front. Fisted through by Knight, by Peacock.
Yes, you're right, Peter. Matty Power had the opportunity at ground level, if he had read it correctly.
Well, he read it all right, he was there, but went right through him. Well, they backed themselves, Springvale. He's played on O'Donnell. It's a dangerous kick in from Sutherland, but it was accurate.
Oh, lucky. Yes, he does back himself in, O'Donnell. He likes to run with the ball. Got himself in a little bit of trouble then, but it came off in the end.
O'Donnell against Clark. Goldberg's tap. Scurra holding his face. Goldberg tried to get it to Knight. Geary was in the way. Good play, Denis Knight took it away from McMaster. Coop's kick. Fogarty, free kick to Werribee.
He's there, only just.
Goldberg cramping, he's up now, but this ground is going to take its toll on players. It's heavy, out towards Clark and McDonald. Clark had to spoil. Goldberg up and tackling Cullen. In between the legs of O'Donnell. 10 minutes have gone of the final term of the prelim.
Hey, what a cliffhanger. This will go to the wire.
Springvale by 5. Werribee in control in the first half. Grabbed by Peacock, fed out, they are running and handballing to Coop. In comes Smith, up goes Harrington with a good spoil. Wilkins used his body well. Phillips again, quick snap from Craig Phillips. The Wizard has gold and everything goes to congratulate him.
Play Phillips.
Well, what can you say?
Their pace, you mentioned it earlier, Sam, ground level, their ability to run on then, and that was a magical goal from the Wizard Phillips. I wonder he's called the Wizard. Look at that handball there from Irving, just gets it out. Fogarty there close, but Phillips doesn't think he's got enough time to hand it off. Throws it on the boot, and look at the excitement, and so he should be.
But pace and the ability to retain their footing, they're very, very rarely brought to ground. And if they are, they recover quickly.
Werribee indeed under siege. What can they find? 11 points down. Power tapped it back brilliantly to Reynolds. He's all eyes. What's available to him? His feet fail him though, and Peacock tackled. Shocker.
It was off the ground, umpire.
Button knocked it on and called for a throw. And then he comes in to knock Helfen over. The throw in just forward of the centre. Michael Jeffs, who kicked 5 goals in the elimination final, hasn't seen a lot of action today on the bench.
Scott Peacock too in the back half, been phenomenal.
Clark down. Helfen and McMaster for another bounce. We've played 12 minutes and it's an 11-point lead for Springvale.
7 goals to 3 since half-time to Springvale. McDonald and Clark both using their bodies. Helfen fed it out quickly, which was what the coach wanted, on the boot of Scurra. Fogarty goes down. Wilkins. Handball out on the full. 12.5 minutes, final term. Wilkins back to his man in Fogarty. The tall and the short. Clark won it. Helfen underneath it. Goldberg. Desperation. It's squeezed out. Phillips.
Great play. Springvale there, holding it in, under pressure. Both sides to be commended.
Good play.
Should be another goal to Springvale here, and real danger for Werribee.
Clark, Scurra, Helfen. Little late pressure from Watts, and the kick goes out in the full.
Yes, he was just a little slow, Peter, getting rid of that Helfen. Tim Rennett's going to half forward. Sorry, Pete.
Clark floats in to take the grab.
Well, he hasn't taken many of these behind play, kick back Peter. If he starts getting into the game, as so often he does late,
Had 4 marks today. Dyson Holland. No, it's Smith.
And the left footer.
SACHA. Oh, didn't get the bend he would have normally got.
It's on his own, Fogarty. Snap. Yes. Goal.
Unbelievable.
Well, they can do no wrong, Springvale. He's got 3 off the interchange bench, Mick Fogarty.
Well, they're the only ones that haven't read the script, Springvale.
Well, that's because they've written it themselves.
Have a look at this. They're just dynamite at the ball. That's the key thing. They're just hard at the ball. They run, and of course the distinct edge in pace has been so pronounced. Fogarty been in acquisition since coming on.
Off McDonald's head, halfway through the final term. Power.
Yes, held.
A quick one to have a chance, Werribee. Power. Aziz in front. Oh, strong grab to the full forward.
Back here, mate.
He's kicked 3. 3 goals, 3 in fact.
Back here, please. Come on.
Breeze behind him.
Hurry up.
Got plenty of time, Jack. You
I
need
say it,
to
Rodney. Right.
convert this. He hurried it a bit. It was wide.
Well, it's not so much that he hurried, Ross, the fact that if you watched him close in, the whole of his body weight is on the back foot when he makes contact. It should be on your front foot following through. And that's why he's not getting the distance or the accuracy.
Sutherland kicks in. Caples almost took the mark. Cullen. Oh, that was a terrific run from Dyson Holland to get over there. Knight out in front of Coop. Tim Rennett's knocked it off him. Watts. O'Donnell. He backs himself and away he goes. Trying to get it to Dyson Holland. But Phillips waltzes clear. He's going for home. Oh, there's Harrington.
He pulled the top out on the run.
Well, perhaps he shouldn't have. It was a giveaway, a costly turnover it may prove to be. Too far out to score. Wilson down the middle. Peacock at the back, strong mark to Reddit's in front. It's 16 points and Springvale lead. Rennett's high one. Here comes Aziz. Couldn't get there in time. Morgan roving. Off the ground by Wilkins. McDonald got a high one. Not played. Aziz goes in strongly on Morgan. Clark, his handball, couldn't find the gap. The players look dog-tired halfway through the final term. Picked up by Lamont. Loose one for Aziz. Will he pick it? Will he kick it? He has. Yes, it's there. Jack gets his 4th. And the margin is back to 10 points.
And that goal umpire is breathing a big sigh of relief because he was in the field of play when it went through.
But and almost unsighted he was too, Peter.
It followed him, this ball.
Yeah. A good return for persistence there by Werribee. They really worked hard in the clinches there. McDonald and Aziz, Button. All of a sudden a half opportunity presented itself. Fortunately for them, they converted.
Well played, Williams. Good play, McDonald, holding his ground. Peacock's handball's intercepted. Oh, that's excellent football from SACHA. He stopped Rennett's first time, not second time. He's going for goals, Wilkins. Backman kicks it behind.
You fill up a few players on both sides. There's McPherson.
He's heavily stitched there.
Eyebrow. From that clash in the second quarter. Bit of a bumping duel. McMaster there. Keeps his feet. Tries to put it through the legs of Maloney. Just think, Philip, the pressure getting to players on both sides. With just forgetting the rules in terms of when they're kicking.
Exactly.
Instead of feeding it out. It's cool heads. McPherson on the bench with David Aldo. Stretching the hamstring. Perhaps he's cramping up a bit. Not having played. Aziz in front. Looks at his man, holds him off in fact. Morgan is the man. And they'll all be content to see it over, I think. They look very, very tired. 18 minutes gone, final term.
Well, we noticed this ground has taken a lot out of players.
Both of these teams have played 2 games in the finals here at Moorabbin. Rennett's kick, attacked by Smith. McDonald blocked that. Rayburn tried to knock it on. Grabbed by O'Donnell. Just sluices off the side of his boot and the wind helped it out in the full.
Poor choice of kick there.
Cavalier, Sam. You know, another torpedo on the run.
19 minutes gone. Plenty of time for Werribee if they are good enough. Coop. Plenty of Werribee players here. Watts kick. That's a mark for Simon Clark.
Timely one.
He wasn't going to let that one slip out.
I think it had any space to fall out anywhere.
Short to Caples. Another short one, a high one to Morgan. Keeping possession at halfback is Rod Morgan.
Not to go too defensive. Springvale, a lot of game left.
Up towards Dyson Holland, right in good position for the spoil. Harrington, outside of the foot by Watts. Peacock showed courage. It came through to Wilkins, he was held. McDonald let it through. Wilkins again.
Oh, a couple of Werribee players there, not thinking. Could have moved the ball.
McKerney will throw it up. 20 minutes gone, 5 minutes from time on. Power, quick kick. Back goes O'Donnell. Beats Aziz. Too quick. Dangerous feed out to Maloney. They could lose at Springvale. They lock it up, fortunately. Kevin O'Donnell, the hand pass was a dangerous one to Maloney.
Got incredible acceleration though, O'Donnell. I think could have kept running himself and got clear.
He should have.
Williams trying to barrel through. Cullen's kick off the ground. Lamont with half a chance. Butler down, no whistle. Sutherland.
Oh, umpire must have tucked the whistle in his socks.
Well, still some smiles from the Werribee fans. Team 9 points down. Clark's tap. Doug Coop gains valuable metres. Harrington right down on half forward with Dyson Holland. There are 6 players on the Springvale half of the ground, and Harrington's going to ruck.
Clark's
Could they be caught?
There, Peter.
Kick forward from Coop. Geary harried by Scurra, who's really picked up his game after half-time.
Clark's ruck work on the boundary throw-ins, Peter, has just been terrific. Really good.
Harrington over the top of Dyson Holland, off the ground by Power, straight into the hands of Coop. Waiting for a lead. Irving's giving him one to the pocket. Big Smith's there, that's the target. Up goes Smith, Irving in front. Contesting with each other. Scurra trying to take the ball from the pack. 22 minutes have elapsed. And Springvale still lead by 9 points. Is the wizard Craig Phillips with 3 goals. Harrington, well done out of the air.
Power, can he get clear of Knight? He's tapped it straight to Caples. Halford, the bad bounce. Rennett's off the ground. Wilson, they're calling for it in the middle. Rayburn, he can draw a man here. Good play there from O'Donnell, just held him up. But still running is Cullen. Aziz. Fine hands, Jack Aziz. That certainly has been a feature of his game today. His kicking's letting him down a touch. The torpedo. Clark, spoilt. Lamont. Morgan, the skipper. It was timely. And that's not a bad kick from Fogarty.
That's not a bad option.
There's Bertie Shee. He's behind glass, protected from this breeze. That'll be the last of his concerns now. Springvale through Clark.
He's getting better, Clark, too. His boundary throwing work in particular, Roscoe, just been superb.
Well, I don't think Allday was doing that bad. It must be because he's cramping up that he's off the ground.
I think Allday did a good job.
Yep. Now Harrington having to ruck. Paddles it out to Williams, who's had a quieter second half. Gave it to Wilson. So too has he gone out of the game. Up to half forward. Aziz out from goal. A spoil. Morgan. Power couldn't get it. Caples has it. He's held. Now the umpire will throw it up.
Oh, didn't Rod Morgan go in there where the Angels fear to tread?
Scurra's kick. Tremendous battling from Schmidt there.
Great.
Scurra picks it up. Phillips running at it. Comes down to Irving. Lisi Putty against Smith. They kick one here and they've got it won, the Vales. Fogarty's kick will die. And it's 10 points the difference.
What an opportunity. Had the handball been just a fraction out in front of Fogarty, he could have run onto it. It was picked up.
Straight up the middle, Geary. Another alternative.
He's seen a lead from Harrington. Away he goes. Puts it wide out in front of Wilkins. Spoiled by Morgan was good. Running onto it, Cullen off the ground to half forward. Sutherland shows a lot of pace. Kicks it towards the boundary line. Button, down they go. Cullen's run on well. O'Donnell been superb. Both sides throwing themselves into it. Wilkins, was he leg? They appeal for it. Rayburn, Williams, into time on. Williams goes long. Aziz and Smith. Aziz, whoa, it hasn't been paid. Yes, it has. And a Jack Aziz to add to his 4 goals for.
Did he mark it, Sam?
I'm not sure. Let's have another look at it, Phil.
We're on a bad angle.
It was obscured.
It's 10 points. And he's hit the post! And it's 9 points to Springvale, and that could be the ball game.
Oh, not yet, Roscoe, not yet.
Here's the mark.
I think Smith held into it.
A minute into time on. Important kick in. He's gone to Clark. He didn't let him down either. Even though he didn't take it, he held it in. Coop off to Scurra. Dyson Holland was held. Roving Helfen. Irving. Fresh legs getting away from Neil Connell there. Smith. Oh, it came off his foot.
No,
Maybe he was over the boundary line first.
Oh, he could have waited Irving there, Sam. There was nothing off him.
Oh, I think they've got enough up their sleeve now, Springvale, in the dying moments.
Harrington's given his all. Williams. Kick off the ground from Cullen, who's run out of legs. There's his man, O'Donnell. Those two have got some possessions between them, O'Donnell and Cullen. O'Donnell finishing the fresher, I'd say. The day he's had. What a day his family's had. Brother playing for Essendon at the G. And Springvale continue their thrust towards the premiership from an improbable position after losing the first 5 games. Have they got this one won yet? There's Peacock holding up Williams. We've played 27.5 minutes. It's a 9-point lead for Springvale.
Well, there's still time, Peter. Couple of minutes. Anything can happen. Goal here to Werribee and anything's possible.
Came off Watts' foot. Rennett's trying to conjure something up. Helfen holds it up.
Great play, Marty Helfen. Tremendous football to hold that ball in. Out position, Tim Rennett's. It's their last chance, I think, Werribee. It'll be a minute and a half.
Rayburn. Can he mark this one, Aziz? He's got a free kick!
Yeah, he was all over in that occasion.
Well, Sam, goal here, and
he's kicked 95 goals this season. He hasn't had a more important kick this year. Three points the difference. 5 goals yesterday's from Jack Aziz.
Is there time?
Yes, Sam, there's time, all right.
28.5 minutes gone. There it is, right over the shoulder from Smith.
Yes, it was there, Peter. The umpire had to pay it.
The ball's gone flat.
Oh, you're kidding. You are kidding.
Yes, it has been punctured the ball to add to the intrigue. Surely time on's been blown.
Yes, this won't hurt Werribee, but it might just stop a little bit of their momentum if they had any.
One last thrust.
Aziz hit the post earlier on. That one just sneaked in. Clark over the top. Helfen caught. Scurra caught. McDonald's kick. Power. Oh, good evasion. Matt Power to Jack Aziz.
Siren time.
Jack Aziz to win the preliminary final for Werribee. He'll kick from just under 50 metres, right on the edge of his capabilities. It's a goal! Werribee are into the grand final with the last kick of the day. Jack Aziz does it.
I don't believe this. I honestly don't believe it.